Good afternoon, I'm Rob Boskamp, and you're listening to South Texas Midday. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday, July 22nd. The Corpus Christi City Council meets today. Spencer Chioc has more on this week's agenda.
With 37 items on the agenda, it'll be another busy day at Corpus Christi City Hall. Some notable discussions and votes today include the second reading of the zoning cases changing parts of the Hillcrest Community area from single-family district to light industrial, the selection of the Crawford, Hendrickson, and Crawford LLC to renovate the exterior of the La Retama Library, accepting a $30,000 grant from the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals to help offset costs of adoption, and finally, more answers surrounding the costs for the seawater desalination plant. For KEDT News, I'm Spencer Chioc.
Rio Grande Valley residents impacted by the March floods only have today to apply for flood assistance through FEMA. Residents can apply online at disasterassistance.gov, by phone or in person. Online deadline is 11:59 p.m. tonight. There are several FEMA disaster recovery centers across the valley in Cameron and Hidalgo counties. Those include the San Benito Parks and Recreation Building at 705 North Bowie Street, the Harlingen Convention Center at 701 Harlingen Heights. In Hidalgo County, there's the FAR Development and Research Center at 850 West Dicker Road in FAR. Also, the Weslaco EDC 275 South Kansas Avenue in Weslaco. Those centers are open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The City of Rockport invites residents to attend the July City Connect Hall Talk, scheduled for Thursday at 3:30 p.m. at Rockport City Hall at 212 North Live Oak Street. This month's City Connect will feature Mayor Tim Jayrow and City Manager Vanessa Schroner, providing an opportunity for residents to have an open dialogue about the latest updates and future plans for the City of Rockport. Residents are encouraged to bring their questions and thoughts to this informal event. For more information, contact the City Secretary's office at 361-729-2213, extension 225, or via email at sgoodwin@rockport.com. The Texas Department of Public Safety driver's license office in Victoria remains closed after shutting down this past November for mold remediation. According to DPS, the remediation is estimated to cost over $327,000. No reopening date has been announced. In the meantime, residents in need of in-person services are being directed to nearby offices in Port Lavaca and Cuero. Employees from the Victoria office have been temporarily reassigned to help handle increased customer traffic at those locations. Appointments at the nearest DPS driver's license office can be scheduled online at texasdpsscheduler.com. Those unable to book online can request service by calling the DPS Customer Service Center at 512-424-2600 or by filling out the online assistance form at dps.texas.gov. City council positions are the foundation of a democratically functioning republic. Here in Corpus Christi, we have a mixed system for our city council where we have 5 members which are elected in single-member districts. Find out more on Civic Threads with KEDT's Joe Smichael.
City council positions are the foundation of a democratically functioning republic. City councils create alliances to form states, and then states ally to create nations. The United States in general, and Texas in particular, have different types of council structures. Dr. Paul Gadamoller, professor of political science at Del Mar College, explains Corpus Christi City Council specifics.
Here in Corpus Christi, we have a mixed system for our city council where we have 5 members which are elected in single-member districts. So we just kind of cut off the city into 5 districts of roughly equal population. And then we have 3 that are elected at large. And those at large means that they are elected by the entire city. Of those, the way they are selected is the top 3 candidates getting votes will be the ones selected. Some cities, they run them as place. So if I'm running for an at-large position, it would be at-large place 1 or at-large place 2. And then every candidate that wants to run for that office would have to run only for place 1 or for place 2. Here in Corpus Christi, everybody who's running for at-large is running all against each other. So it ends up being the top 3 candidates overall.
City council terms fall under certain regulations where members have a limit.
And each of those members, they serve 2-year terms, and those 2-year terms, they're capped at 4 terms total that they can serve consecutively. And it does create some interesting situations, especially with the differences between at-large versus people running the single-member districts, mostly because the at-large folks, because they represent the whole city, they have a larger constituency. While the single-member districts, they're only concerned with their immediate districts. There's often been a lot of controversy with the concept of at-large because we do see within cities that the populations vote and engage at different rates based off of different portions of race, income, education levels. So certain parts of the city much more engaged, other ones less engaged. When you run it at large, the areas of the town that have most votes or the highest engagement, money, things like that, those tend to be your best represented portions of the city. So the concept of a single member district means that those areas of the city, regardless of what the engagement level are of the people who live there, they will still get representation and have a voice on the council.
City Council is our initial civic authority and ultimately supports our national republic and the community in which we live. For Civic Threads, this is Joe Smichael, KEDT News.
The first day of school for many school districts is fast approaching, and thousands of students across the region need your help to start the school year with the necessary supplies. KRAS and the United Way of the Coastal Bend are launching the 35th annual Operation Supply Our Students. The annual drive helps ensure students they have the school supplies at the beginning of the school year. And for 35 years, Operation SOS has worked with 43 public school districts and 10 coastal Bend counties. This year, Operation SOS will provide supplies to more than 22,000 students. All donated money will be used to purchase basic school supplies for students in need. Operation SOS runs through July 31st. For more information on how to donate or volunteer, visit uwcb.org/SOS. Meanwhile, free haircuts, sports physicals, vaccines, and school supplies will be provided to those attending the RGV Vipers 5th Annual Back to School Expo, presented by Driscoll Children's Hospital. The event is set for tomorrow from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Burt Ogden Arena. The free event is open to the public and registration is not required. The first 3,000 students to attend will receive free backpacks filled with school supplies. The city of Victoria is working to restore the Riverside Park duck pond fountains. Officials say they've been coordinating closely with the manufacturer and contractors to address repairs and electrical issues. They expect further progress following a meeting this week with the fountain's original installer. As for the pond itself, city officials say it remains healthy. Seasonal aquatic vegetation is expected this time of year, and their ongoing vegetation management program is performing as intended. In state news, Texas lawmakers kicked off a special legislative session yesterday. The long agenda from Governor Abbott includes regulating THC, flood prevention and emergency management, and a controversial call to redraw the state's congressional maps. The Texas House was in session for all of 10 minutes before adjourning until Thursday. The state Senate, on the other hand, spent hours debating a resolution that will allow the chamber to set up a redistricting committee. Democrats like Houston Senator Carol Alvarado used the debate to try to highlight that redistricting is being done at the urging of President Trump.
Have we received any new data, any census numbers, any new demographics that is compelling us to take up redistricting in a special session in mid-decade?
I personally have not.
Okay, so why are we doing it?
We're responding to the governor's call.
Answering there was Republican Senator Phil King. He will chair the Senate Redistricting Committee. When the current congressional maps were drawn, Texas Republicans defended them, saying they were not racially drawn. Now, though, President Trump and the Department of Justice have said otherwise. Commissioners in Kerr County says the county is fully shifting into the recovery stage of emergency management more than 2 weeks after devastating flooding hit the Texas Hill Country. Texas Public Radio's Maria Navarro reports at least 135 people along the upper Guadalupe River died in the floods.
Over the weekend, Texas and Kerrville officials reduced the number of missing in Kerr County from 97 people to just 3. Here's Kerr County Judge Rob Kelly.
Most of them were tourists that came into town that left and went back home and didn't report back in that they were there. That's what a lot of that was. But the recovery is going to look like it's going to start with the debris.
Kelly says crews will take cadaver dogs over large debris piles one more time to triple check for any human remains. Commissioners say debris cleanup efforts across the county could take anywhere from 6 to 8 months. I'm Maria Navarro in San Antonio.
In sports, the Women's Golf Coaches Association recently announced the 2024-25 All-American Scholar Team, and the Texas A&M Corpus Christi Golf Program saw 4 student athletes recognized. Elsa Turnval, Lucia Ramirez, Samantha Gibbs, and Tristan Gabbard were all recognized with the award for their academic performance. Tornval posted a 3.88 GPA in her finance degree. Ramirez hoisted a 3.97 through her kinesiology program in pre-allied health, and Gibbs averages a 3.75 in her general business degree. Gabbard was perfect with a 4.0 GPA, working towards her MBA. As a team, the Islanders posted a 3.82 cumulative GPA for the academic year. And the Corpus Christi Hooks are back in town this week, hosting the Amarillo Sod Poodles at Whataburger Field. The Arizona Diamondbacks affiliate is leading the Texas League South Division, going 12-9 since the beginning of the second half of the season. The Hooks are coming off a series win against the Rough Riders in Frisco, bringing their record to 9-12. The Hooks will be sending Southpaw Trey Dombrowski to the bump tonight. He's making his 12th start of the season, having gone 5-5 so far with an ERA of 3.86. The Sod Poodles have yet to name a starter. First pitch is at 6:30 p.m. tonight. And that is the latest news and information on South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.